Next up, 4:25 p.m. Eastern, Arizona Cardinals 1-4, 0-2 on the road at the Los Angeles Rams, 2-3, 0-2 at home at SoFi Stadium in Inglewood, California. Let's get into the line history here for this one. Sitting with a huge move towards the Rams, and it just keeps coming. Now, the look-ahead spot was smaller, but Pinnacle opened this up at -6. -6, and the first move was actually towards Arizona. Now we have the 6.5 at -127, so it is a 7. So just a huge move towards the Rams. Let's get into the total here for this one. Oh shoot, sorry, it's still on spread. My bad, I got them both up, but they're both on spread. So let me just move over to total. And we have this sitting right now at 49. Sitting at 49. This opened up at 46. We've gone up 3 points. A big move to the over and a big move towards the Rams. 50% of the tickets, 78% of the cash on the Rams. So it's sharp action coming on the Rams. Everybody on the over. 86% of tickets and 90% cash on this over. Cardinals come in off a tough 34-20 loss at home to the Bengals. Dobbs was 15-32 for 166 yards, 2 touchdowns, 2 interceptions. Those were his first 2 interceptions of the year. He also lost a fumble. Marquise Brown led receivers with 4 catches for 61 yards and a touchdown. Rondale Moore caught 3 for 26 and then ran 3 times for 50. And they had to get creative rushing the ball after losing James Conner to a knee injury in the second quarter. It's not expected to be serious at this point, but I would be surprised if he plays this week. And that's part of this big market move, I believe. Because with Conner on the sidelines, you have undrafted TCU product Amari DeMercado. He came in, he looked good enough, ran 10 times for 45 yards and touchdown, caught a pass for 12. And the Cardinals have been very good in the red zone. They went 2-3, against the Bengals. They're 11th in the league. They're converting 61.5% of the time. The defense got pressure on Burrow, finished with 3 sacks, 4 quarterback hits, but he diced them up and they couldn't get off the field. Bengals had the ball for 38 minutes and 10 seconds of that game, and Kayvon Wallace had an interception. Budda Baker missed his 4th straight game with a hamstring injury. He's eligible to come back next week. So he can't come back this week, but keep that in mind, especially if the Cards do get blown out, that, we expect Budda Baker to be back, but again, one thing to expect it, another thing see it happen. Safety Jalen Thompson left in the second quarter. There's been no update yet, but if Jalen Thompson is out, that would mean the Cards are without both of their top safeties. And that is a problem against Stafford. Rams coming off a tough 23-14 loss at home to the Eagles. That was, for my capping this year, I like that the Saints destroyed the Patriots and again a plus money. But it felt so good cashing with the Eagles. I was so right. And they outgained the Rams 454-249. They destroyed the Rams. The Eagles looked absolutely dominant, even though they only won 23-14. They shut the Rams out in the second half. The Rams only made 1 appearance in the red zone all game. Stafford was 21-37 for 222 yards, 2 touchdowns. Look, it didn't matter what Cooper Kupp did, and he looked great. 8 catches for 118 yards. Puka Nacua continued his excellent rookie season, 7 catches for 71 yards, touchdown. Kyron Williams had 13 carries for 53 yards, but the defense just couldn't penetrate that stout offensive line for the Eagles. And they couldn't get stops. The Eagles were 13 of 18 on third down. They couldn't get the Eagles off the field. Philadelphia had all on the ball for 37 minutes, 55 seconds. Rams finished with 1 sack and 2 quarterback hits. Kilo Witherspoon had an interception that definitely changed the dynamic of the game. And nose tackle Bobby Brown left on a stretcher. It's a grade 3 MCL sprain. They thought he was going to be done for the season. It's a grade 3 MCL sprain. So they lost Greg Gaines in free agency, and Brown became their starting nose tackle this year. So to lose him is going to hurt them. And Joseph Noteboom missed his first game of the season with the groin injury, and we know how important he is to the offensive line. A lot of moving parts in this thing, and I wonder. I need to know what's going on with Jalen Thompson. If Budda Baker and Jalen Thompson are both out, and then Bobby Brown's out, I think the loss of Jalen Thompson is a much bigger loss because of what Stafford's able to do through the air. So I get this market move towards the Rams, but the Rams aren't that good. Or are the Eagles exceptional? The Eagles are very good, and the Rams aren't that good. I think that's what we saw yesterday, and the score doesn't tell the true story. Take it away for us here, Troy. We're at SoFi in Inglewood, Cardinals-Rams.
I think it's amazing how competitive these two rosters and these two teams have been. Cards more so than the Rams, but the Rams' strength of schedule is first in the NFL. Cards' strength of schedule is sixth. I mean, these are two battle-tested rosters. The Rams got their two-headed monster in Kupp and Puka, and Puka is a Hall of Fame caliber receiver. I stand by that. I think the kid is phenomenal. They should be able to exploit this Cardinals' weak secondary, which ranks 30th in the NFL. Stafford's advanced analytics are looking almost exactly like they were back when he won the Super Bowl a few years ago. And this is all behind a Rams pass blocking unit that ranks 30th. So how are they able to do that? It's play design. It's Stafford getting the ball out quick and, being very assertive with his reads. And the Cards are 30th in applying pressure. So can the Cards take advantage of this Rams pass blocking unit that struggle? The numbers would say they are going to struggle to do that. And the Rams pass to open up the run. I think that's key because they have been running the ball effectively, and their run block rating is actually 13th in the NFL, 12th, excuse me. But that just shows you that I think that how effective they are in the passing game and how many weapons they have at receiver opens up things for this offense. Defensively, I watched that game. I think they did a pretty good job neutralizing the Eagles as best as they could, but this rushing attack for the Eagles could be the best we've ever seen. They should be able to handle the Cards' offense, in my opinion. It should be a run. It's a run-heavy offense. They're going to be missing one of their key backs, and I think that's a huge loss. Am I right in saying that? Is Connor going to play, Jimmy?
At this point, it's not expected to be serious, the knee injury, but I would be shocked if he was there this week.
Yeah, I agree. And I think that's I just think the matchup is starting to lean me more towards the Rams. Cards with the second-grade rushing attack in the NFL. I think it's a great scheme, and you got to give props to this first-year coach.
Oh, he's been placed on IR. Okay, he's been placed on IR, so he's going to be out for 4 games. When I looked at today, I had that information hadn't come out yet. So, wow. So it is going to be more serious than they led us to believe.
I wonder what this offense for the Cardinals is going to look like because I feel like they've been overperforming for what their expectations are, and I feel like they're going to come back down to earth eventually. Maybe it's this game. We plug this game into the database with how sharply this line has moved, and there's a lot of blowouts on this. And so I was thinking, Birdie was talking to me, and I was talking to Birdie in the chat a little bit, and I had this marked as a good teaser spot for the Rams, finding a good range of outcomes. But the only thing is like, why tease it if I'm looking at a blowout? This kind of fits a blowout script more than a teasable script. So I'm going to have to sit with this, but I think I'm going to end up on the Rams one way or the other. I think even if it gets up to 8.5 as Rams favorite, I could still tease that down under a field goal, and I would be even more confident at that point. So I'm going to sit with this. I'll probably be on the Rams.
I'm going to let this one go at this point. I can understand why the market's moved to the Rams, and I can understand Dennis being confused with this huge move to the over.
Very confused. That's also why you don't want to tease this, because the lines, it's a pretty high total. Lines moving to the over, and they got this huge spread.
Yeah, and Brady's saying Cards numbers are heading south very quickly. We're actually getting a sell high on the Cards here. Perception is they're doing well. It's declining fast, and the numbers are backing it up. Spenny is on the Cards +7, and the team total over 20.5. I'm going to do nothing at this point on this one. The line's kind of gotten the best, and I'm going to stay off at this point. But I can understand that this. I saw the Rams play a really good football team, but we saw them play decent against the 49ers. The Eagles just destroyed them, and the score didn't do it justice.